Hello, hello, cheapskaters. Sorry about that, folks. Hello, and welcome to Stampin' Among the Gum Trees. Oh my goodness, my brain is in neutral today. Welcome to my Stampin' Among the Gum Trees channel, where we stamp and make cards and scrapbook pages and treat bags and boxes and all sorts of fun things with paper. We do it frugally. Or I try to do it frugally. Sorry, I've got a mint in my mouth. I thought I had 5 minutes. It must have been 5 seconds. Anyway, today is day 23 of Stamptober. It's my nephew's birthday. Day 23 of Stamptober. We are barreling through this month. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having an absolute blast. When I came up with this idea about 6-7 weeks ago, I thought, oh, I'll just do a video every day and we'll make one card a day and we'll do something. It's actually been a whole lot of fun. I have absolutely enjoyed it. And I have swapped things around a bit from my original list that I came up with back in September. But I think we're still making really good things that we can use. And I'm hoping that they are things that you can take and make your own. If you don't have what I have, use what you have. That's my goal, to give you the option. You can buy what I have from my store, or you can use what you have and recreate project your way. Okay, 3 people watching, 4 comments. Hello, Evelyn. Thank goodness the wind has dropped. Absolutely, it was a shocker. And the poor dog was just, she was just beside herself. She doesn't like the wind. And I think it's because she can feel it and she can hear it, but she can't actually see it and she can't catch it. She can't touch it. She tries. Hi, Maureen. I hope the tree in your street has been cleaned up. I ventured out the back. I'm just looking out the back now. I ventured out the back a little while ago. All the blossom. The apple trees are blossomless. The pear trees, which were absolutely covered in blossom, are blossomless. Thank goodness the peach tree's blossom had finished, but I saw some little tiny baby peaches on the ground, which was heartbreaking. And the big apple tree out the front, which was magnificent, absolutely magnificent at the weekend, is just bare now. So that's a shame too, but never mind. Better that we lose the blossom than we lose the roof of the house or something like that. And Hannah got alerts that there were trees down all over the place in her town too, so she's a bit nervous about going home tonight. Lower back the VA. You just about have to. Goodness me. All right, well, let me flip you down and show you what we're going to make today, because we're using the, good question, Joyful Days Memories and More card pack that Maureen was asking about last week or the week before. And I did show it to you when I got my order, because the one I had was half used. It is rather pretty, but you get so many cards in it. So we've got Merry Christmas. And I think there's 8 of each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each one, is there? Now, these small ones are just perfect for using as card centers, the center embellishment on a card or on a scrapbook page. And there's some blank ones that you can stamp into. These little ones are just gorgeous. Those. And of course they're all double-sided. So that goes like that, so you can see, got that the right way. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's all wonky and wobbly, but it's so pretty. So pretty. This, I love this garland. You could actually cut that off and use it if you wanted to, the green check. And the reverse of this is that. And then we've got the bigger ones, which are just lovely too. And there's this one, which I think is gorgeous. Oh, chicken stock, are you making soup? I might be jealous. And that's the reverse, the B side. And then we've got these. And that's the B side. And then this one. And you know what? With this one, don't know whether it's going to be the A side or the B side. I like this side. That's the flip. I think that's really pretty too. And I'm not normally an abstract, wishy-washy type of person. I like things nice and square and neatly spaced. So that's it. It's not, I suppose it does look dark. It's not really. I'm going to keep some of these out because I want to use them. These. Just so. With the envelope. It is. Did I show you this one? Yes. And this one. Okay. All right. These are really easy. If you want to make cards in a hurry, like faster than we did yesterday. So simple. You've got your card base. You've got your embellishment, the inside of it, and it's done. Some might call them a 5-minute card. They may not even take 5 minutes. Christmas pudding, fruit marinating. I've been making fruit cakes. I'm going to start the puddings next week. So our house smelled really good. Of course, last week I did the fruit mints, then I've done the little cakes. Had to hide them away because they'll disappear real quick in this house. So there we go. Easy peasy. You need quick cards, you want them in a hurry. This is how we do them. We've got a standard card base, which is 21 by 14.5, scored at 10.5. And we get our blank folder and we go zoom, flatten it out so that it sits flat. We start with it sitting flat, there's not a problem. Now, this is, of course, too big. I think it might be sized for the American market. Let me see, there's my inches. Oh no, it's even bigger than the American market cards. So, measures 6 by 4, so it's a good scrapbook page size, but we're going to trim it down. So if our card is 14.5 centimetres wide, we want to trim this down to 14 centimetres, unless we want to zhuzh it up a bit. Unless we want to zhuzh it up a bit, and we'll do a double map. Might do a single one, so we're going to trim this down to 14 centimetres by 10 centimetres, which I think it is. So let's see. I might take a little bit off this too. So let's take a 0.5 centimetre of this, and I'm using this side of the paper trimmer. We've got measurements up to 2 inches on this side. It just means I've got more to hold on to on this side to keep that 0.5 centimetre strip, because it's teeny tiny. We might keep that and use that for something in a minute. And then I'm going to trim it down on both sides and see what we come up with. See what it looks like. Still needs to come down a little bit more. Okay, easy peasy. But take it off both sides, half off both sides, so it's even and the sentiment's centered. There we go. That's better. All right, more scraps for the scrappy cards in November. And then all we have to do really is find the glue. Take the lid off. Get it going. I love that I can do the tiniest, thinnest little bead of art glitter glue and it will stick. Straight because I'm not putting any other mats under it. Okay. We don't even need a sentiment with this one. Absolutely, it's already there, so we don't need anything. Now we'll put the mat on the inner side. I'm still double matting. It's my choice. You don't have to. I just like the look of it. It gives the card a more luxurious feel. Okay. There. This band-aid on my finger because I was opening a new tub of butter last night and having trouble with it. And I just said to Thomas, oh my goodness, this lid is so hard to get off. And my finger slipped and the edge of the lid cut down the side of my nail. I was not happy. All right, so for the insert, we're going to stamp it with the, where is it? Nope, it's it. With this pinecone furry something or other branchy thing that looks a bit like those bits. A piece of scrap paper here because we're going to stamp off. Again, I'm stamping on a silicone craft sheet because I'm using a photopolymer stamp, and I'm going to get my Mossy Meadow ink, favourite colour, and I'm going to pop that under there, just like that, in colour stamp. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to do one, two. Turn it around, and I'm going to do one, two. There we go. Close the ink so I don't get it everywhere. Then I'm going to get one of my, I'm loving these little sentiments. What does it say on the front? Most wonderful time of the year. So let's do a season's greetings. What's that? Tis the season. Let's do season's greetings. And there's the go. Now, I've taken all of these out of their frames, but I'll show you in a moment. I'm going to pop that. Let me see. Pop it about there. And yes, it's overlapping leaves a bit, but it doesn't matter. If you want quick and easy, this is what we have to do, isn't it? Let's the lid to that. Let's stick this in and this card's done. Call it done. I'm not even going to add anything to the front, although it would look nice with some red berries or something. I'll think about it. Think about it and come back. Now, as I said, I popped all these greetings out of the ephemera pack out, and I've kept these. Oh, jar lids are a pain, Maureen. I use my jar opener all the time. It works really well. Okay, I kept these frames, and you might think that this is extreme frugality, but this stuff is quite thick. This, and it's sticky on the back. So if you need to pop something up, you might want to pop up a circle or a line or something, a strip or something. This stuff can be stuck onto it and then just glued down. So I haven't thrown it away. Back in the olden days, pre-Stampin' Up, when I'd never heard of dimensionals, I used to layer up cardstock or cardboard or cereal packets or something. I would cut it to size and layer it up to get the thickness. Yeah, kind of like dimensionals, Maureen. But sometimes you want, they're a bit thinner than a dimensional, but you just want just that little hint of lift. This stuff is perfect for that, so don't throw it away. Keep it. Absolutely keep it. All right, one card done. I've got another one. Let's pop these away so I don't lose them, because they are quite pretty. And I would hate to lose them. No, when I've made them tough them out. All right, now the next one, I want to do a Mossy Meadow. It's a Mossy Meadow card base. And we're going to zhuzh it up just a little bit, just a wee bit, zhuzh it up. So straighten out the card. There we go. With this one, I want to use this. And what I've done is I've die cut it using the dies out of the branching out bundle. I used the largest die, this one, and die cut this. So I centered it up where I wanted it to be, and I wanted it to be at the top so I could get all those bits. Centered it up, ran it through the die cutting machine, and that is the result. So I use these because these are what I've got. If you have other layering dies that are rectangles that would work, by all means use them. There's what are they called? I can't remember. They look sort of bamboo-ish. Bamboo-ish. Is that a word? No. But I've forgotten what they're called. They would work, any sort of rectangle, deckled rectangles would look lovely, I think, with this. They are discontinued, but if you've got them, use them. But this is from the Branching Out bundle. And then I ran a layer through the embossing folder that's called Pressed Flowers. And I suppose it does look a bit florally, but to me it's more trees. They look more like trees. So that's on a piece of 10 by 14 that we're just going to trim down just a little bit. Just a wincy bit. So let's make it 13.5, 9.5. And I'm taking it off the bottom. I'm taking it off the bottom because we won't see most of that. It will be under the image. And that gives us more of a border and still enough border with that on it. And I know it's colour on colour and it's hard to see on camera, but in person it looks really good. Now I'm going to change the blade in my trade trimmer. I'm going to use dimensionals. We'll stick the mat down so it's flat, because that seems to work best. And I'm using the emboss side, not the deboss. No, the deboss is pretty. No, stick with the original plan, okay? Do not change your mind. Liquid glue is really good for sticking down embossed images because it squishes into the dips and gullies and things, and helps it to stick down. Now you can excuse my head if it's in the way. Get it straight. There we go. Push it down. Okay, this bit I will pop up on dimensionals. And because it's quite long, I'm going to use some of these ends. One of these ends off the packets that I saved just for long things like this. That. And then this side. And the 2 short ends should fit. That sheet's all gone, completely gone. What are the colours in the pack? Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea, and good question, Strawberry Slush. It was I went Strawberry Slush. Where's the Strawberry Slush? But it must be in there somewhere. So we've got Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea, and Strawberry Slush. I haven't played with the Strawberry Slush with it, but I've certainly used the Mossy Meadow and the Old Olive and the Cherry Cobbler. Haven't done anything with Secret Sea either. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's stick it on the right way up. That always. No, you're looking at it on my desk in the shadow. They're not dark at all. They're not dark at all. And I think, you know, Mossy Meadow is my favoritist colour. I love Mossy Meadow. Now, you don't see a lot of the embossing folder, which is why I trimmed it off from the bottom, because you don't see a lot of it. Doesn't really matter. But you do get a hint of it behind the, oh, I don't know if you can see it, behind the, that's too close, Simon. Here we go. That's better. Done. Okay, that's the front. Stick on a sentiment. And I'm thinking, do this one, but I want to show you a little trick that I just learned this morning. I don't know why I never thought of it, because I do this all the time. But let's colour. We don't have Happy Christmas. And just pop Happy Christmas there. A bit of ribbon under it, maybe. Or no, Merry Christmas. I like the Happy Christmas better for this card. I'm going to get my Mossy Meadow ink pad. I'm going to get a sponge dauber. I don't destroy my desk in the meantime. Sponge dauber. Here's the green one. Try this one. And you know how I say when we were using masks, I was telling you that you could heat emboss the image and then colour over it. Well, folks, this is the same sort of thing. These are pretty much heat embossed. So I'm going to just colour it. Don't worry, it looks a bit dodgy, but it'll work. You can add as much or as little colour as you want. Okay, give it a second. And where do I put that? Pull off. There we go. A dry cloth, so a dry baby wipe or something, and wipe over to take the colour off the gold. And you can colour your sentiments to match your images. How brilliant is that? That came from, what is her name? Wendy Lee. It was a tip I found from her. Want it darker? Just add more ink. You can use a blending brush if you want to. Sponge dauber. I am. Get my finger out of the Stamptober, and then just wipe off the ink, just like that. And it is so, so pretty. So, so pretty. Isn't that clever? Now that's what I tell you to do with the masks. You heat emboss the image before you start colouring with your masks and your blending brushes. Never occurred to me that I could do this, or that I could do this with these gorgeous sentiments. How cute are they? Right. I'm going to give that just a couple of minutes to dry before I add anything else to it. Let's put the inside in the card. And then we can do the stamping. And for the inside of this card, I'm going to use the ornamental Christmas stamps. The tree off out of that set. I don't know what sort of tree it is. Like that. Not. Needs to be half a centimetre. I must have cut it too long. Sticky, so I'll get rid of that. There we go. It's better. Usually I cut that to the right size. Next, I know what's wrong. I've used the wrong card base. That's okay. That's all right. Slice is an easy fix. So, stamping for this one, I'm going to use the Christmas tree out of the ornamental Christmas stamp set. I'm using this sort of spiky furry one because it looks a bit like that. And Mossy Meadow, of course. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to stamp on and stamp off. Just to about there. Get my stamp badge. Stamps. Now this is a red rubber stamp, so it doesn't really need to go on the silicone sheet because it has the cushioning built into it. But I want to stamp once, twice, stamp 3 times. And I've got the wobbles, and look, can you see what I did wrong there? I've got the halo of ink around the rubber stamp. I only ever have this issue with the rubber stamps. I never get it on a photo polymer. So let's flip it over, clean the stamp off, flip it over, and we can do the other side. Before we do that though, this is the B side, and it's got the bird edges on it. So let's squash them down flat, because that really bothers me. I don't know if it bothers anyone else, but it really, really bothers me, that bird edge. And this time I'm going to take the ink pad, stamp, and try to not get ink all over the halo. We don't want that halo. It's inked up, so we'll do stamp on, stamp off, and stamp off again. Okay. And turn it over and hide the boo-boo. Isn't it good that we can turn it over and hide the boo-boo? Get it in. Put it up the right way would help. That was nearly another boo-boo. There we go. Let's push it down. Close up the ink pad like so. This is dry now, and I actually like it better up the top. It gets a bit lost down there in the green, so I'm going to put it, nope, I like it better there, about there, I think. I think that's where I like it. And will I or won't I? I think I will just put some dimensionals behind it. So I'm leaving the backing on it. Did I have, is there a long strip? Oh, let's do a bit more. There we go. Where did I have it? Sort of like that. Christmas. Looks so pretty. You get the sparkle and the lights on it. Nice. All right. Do I want to put a sentiment in there? I've got Happy Christmas. Let's do a from our house to yours, or from your house to no, from our house to yours, isn't it? Will be one of these little. That's a joy. Some inspirations. Just because I want to be able to find it. There we go. From our house to yours. Just a little one. I did take backing up, so I'm just going to give that. And let's pop it. There. Just up there. This would make my sister-in-law happy because she's just got rooms right dear Joe and Jane love from there. She doesn't like cards that have got big spaces where she has to fill in the message. There we go. So we've got a really basic card. We've got a basic card that's been zhuzhed up pretty easily with just some embossing and die cutting. A little bit of fancy stamping. How easy were they? They were fun and easy to do. And quick. Even with my yabbering on, they were still pretty quick. So there we are. Today's offering. We've got that. We've got that. That one's not sitting down, and I don't know what I did to it to make it not sit down, which is bothering me a bit, because see how these ones, even with the inserts in them, they stay reasonably flat. I think these need just a little bit of bling or something. I'm out of Wink, so I can't use Wink. Just give me a moment. Let's see what bling I've got. What ring do I have over here? On the little shelf. Quite a bit. We've got those, we've got those. There's no red in there. We've got those. I'm pretty sure, all those silver ones, look. Just plain pearls. Should have just brought the container over. It would have been easier. Here we go. I knew I had something. Right. There we go. Let's try some of these, because these are cherry cobbler, so they will go perfectly. Just to give it a bit of a lift, do you think? Put a little bit of water in the wink and the shake. Yeah, a little bit of water, a little bit of rubbing alcohol works, because the rubbing alcohol dries quickly. So what am I looking for? Pokey tool. Pokey tool, this one I'll do. These are really pretty. Mm-hmm. These things. Little one. No, that's another one. One came off already. Has it lost its backing? No. It can go there. This one, I would reuse. What are these sequins for? Let's try a green sequin. It might be too bright. Yeah. Too bad at all. I thought the green, it's sort of picking up the mossy meadow and old olive, which is really good. Okay, there you go. Couple of cards using the joyful days, joyful, I always forget what it is. Ephemera pack, let me find it. Oh, yeah. Joyful Days, Memories and More card pack. The small ones make really good tags. Turn them into tags or use them on a what are they called? Note card size card to make little gift cards other than tags. All sorts of things you can do with them. But they're so pretty. And even for Australia, they're actually nice because there's not a lot of snow and stuff. These trees don't really have snow on them. You can see bits of white and green through it. But you know what? Our fir trees and our pine trees can look a bit like that. So there we go. Simple cards using the Memories and More pack. And because you get so many of each design. They're great for batch making. Great for batching if you've got lots to do. Really, really useful. Okay, I will go. Maybe I'll go. Let me see. Switch myself back up so you can see me. I'm talking to nobody, aren't I? Here we go. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday, the 24th of October, 2025, for day 24 of Stamptober. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you can join me again at 2:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Summer Time, which is crazy for everywhere else in Australia. And don't forget, we've got a great starter kit special. You can shop my online store. Subscribe to my newsletter. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. If you like this video, thumbs up, please. And if you know someone who might like the card idea in this show, click the share link and send them the link. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye.